Hi everyone, I am Anushri Chaudhary, part of TIBCO's product management and strategy team. I will be covering a brief introduction to TIBCO BPM Enterprise 5.0 version, followed by a demo where I'll show you how to set up the developer server for TIBCO BPM Enterprise using Docker Compose. A brief introduction to TIBCO BPM Enterprise. TIBCO Active Matrix BPM has been renamed as TIBCO BPM Enterprise with the release of 5.0 version, this being the next major version of Active Matrix BPM. TIBCO BPM Enterprise is the next gen version product focused on digital process automation. It provides a low-code, model-driven environment for rapid development of process and case management applications. Starting with 5.0 release, it provides a cloud-native runtime to deploy and manage these applications in your choice of Kubernetes-based private, public, or hybrid cloud environment at scale. Next, we will be covering a demo on how to set up the TIBCO BPM Enterprise developer server. It is a simple configuration intended only for rapid development and testing purposes. And finally, we will provide a peek at the new client user interface. This release provides a single unified client UI for end users to perform administration, process, and case management operations. Over to BPM Enterprise deployment. TIBCO BPM Enterprise Runtime can be installed in two configuration modes. Developer server intended for development use only, TIBCO BPM Enterprise on Kubernetes, which is a production level implementation in which TIBCO BPM Enterprise is deployed as a container into a Kubernetes cluster. TIBCO BPM Developer Server is a simple configuration that can be used for rapid development and testing purposes. The developer server comprises of the TIBCO BPM Enterprise application, a Postgres SQL database, and an Apache DS LDAP server. These three components are installed and built as separate Docker images, then composed in a multi-container application. Let's move to the demo setup now. So there are some prerequisites before installing. You need to have Docker Desktop and Docker Compose installed on your machine. So here my Docker Desktop is running. Also, your system virtualization needs to be turned on, and it only supports Linux-based containers. So if using Windows platform, ensure that Docker kernel is switched to Linux containers mode. Switching to the installer folder. So this is the TIBCO Universal Installer executable. I'll just double click it to start the installation process. This is the welcome screen. We'll click on next. We'll accept the end user license agreement. We will create a new TIBCO home. We'll select the BPM developer server mode here and click on next. This is the TIBCO configuration directory. The pre-install summary screen appears here. You can check your environment location and environment name. We'll click on next. This starts our installer process now. You may click on show details. This is building the BPM runtime images. So the installation is complete. This is the post-install summary. The installer builds Docker images of PostgreSQL, Apache LDAP, and BPME. It starts the developer server using Docker Compose up, which exposes above 3 as services. So we'll just click on Finish now. Once the installation is complete, you may see your BPM Compose up and running in your Docker dashboard. TIBCO admin is the username and secret is the password. So once you sign in, you may see the new UI. This is the TIBCO BPM Enterprise, and these are all the capabilities offered: Work Manager, Case Manager, Administration, Organization Browser, App Development, and API Explorer. You may click on one of them. So this is the administrator. And similarly, you can use the other capabilities as well. So setting up the developer server was pretty easy. Hope this demo helps you to set up the developer server at your end. And I would highly recommend you trying out TIBCO BPM Enterprise 5.0 version. Thank you.